Hello, hello. Is it working? Let me try. That's better. Okay, there we go. Hey guys, someone has been meddling with my setup. So if something is off or not working, let me know. Super annoying. Is he so? What the fuck? Jesus. Can you hear me? Is it on? Hello everybody. Yes, great. Okay. Mooncake, new here. Awesome. Waiting for this all day. I'm happy to hear it. It's gonna be super fun. Very chill day today, I promise. Let's turn down the music a bit. Hello everybody. Hey Renan, Phantom, Elena, Ian, Adam, everybody. Nice to see you guys again. I'm just gonna be starting a bit slow. I started a bit early today, but again, as you saw, the stream is coming. Scene did not work. The intro video does not work. Yeah, stuff. So if I'm a bit tilted, that is why. And the Blender is giving me a lot of issues. Yeah. So I'm gonna try and keep it cool, but yeah, no promises. First off, as always, I have a link for you guys that I want you to download. So in the chat, I have a retransfer link to a character that I made last week. Well, the point of the character was actually the rig. But hello, Philip. But yeah, I thought we could use him to give him some clothing. And it's the reason I want a character in the first place is just I want something to. You want to make the shirt after some proportions, because depending on the character, you can't just make a piece of clothing and make it fit, right? So you want to make it to your model. Same with a pair of shoes or something. You can of course model the structure, but you always have to change it. So it's a bit easier just to have the model ready. And I'm going to show you two ways to do it. One way we can't do, because Blender. And I can show you how it's supposed to work, and I already helped you a bit here, so I've done it already. And the other one is just hardcore, we're gonna model it. So I'm just gonna give people a second to download the file, open up Blender, and yeah. And as always, my name is Oliver. I'm a third semester student now, and yeah, I am your instructor, as always. So we're gonna be doing, this is week 1 of our sequence of bootcamps, and we're gonna be doing modeling. Pretty basic today. And next week we're gonna texture. I don't know if we're gonna texture the shirt or we're gonna do something entirely different. But we'll see. And then it's gonna be sculpting, animation, and etc. And if you're new, don't hesitate to write in the chat. I keep looking over. I would actually prefer if you all just wrote more. Sometimes it's a bit lonely on my side. You know, I just yap for an hour and a half, and I don't know if people enjoy it or people don't enjoy it, or think I'm a douchebag, or that you're learning something. So if you can give any feedback, it would be nice. Or not feedback. You write something, say how it's going, or let me know if you need some assistance, or yeah. All right. So I'm here to help you guys. Don't hesitate to use me. Very important. Okay. So everybody should download this and have something like this. As always, I will show how to move around first. You can't download it. Thank you, Lisa. I actually worked a lot on them as well. Okay, I'll turn up the mic. Is this better? Yeah, don't worry, I'm gonna go over all the basics. Phantom, you can't download it. I can try giving you another kind of file. Maybe. Like you just download it and then you try to open it. Phantom. It should work. Just want to make sure everybody's is with us. I'm just gonna download myself and see if it works. It should work. I'm giving it a second. It's working on my end. Are you sure you did? Ah, well, okay. It works. Okay. Great. We're waiting. I'm gonna show the navigation, guys, and we're gonna go at it one step at a time. As always, I have my screencast keys over here, so you can see what I'm pressing, and that's gonna help you. If you need to roll back. So in order to navigate in Blender, you hold middle mouse to rotate around. You can also click up here to rotate. Eric, first time joining the stream, looking forward. Awesome. Let me know if you need anything. I'm here to help. Yeah, so up here on middle mouse, hold shift and middle mouse to pan. You can also click this little hand here. I would not do that. I would use the hotkeys. It's a lot faster. And you can use scroll wheel. You just scroll it to zoom in out, or you can hold control and middle mouse drag. So those three are the ways you're going to move around. Don't worry that it doesn't work right away. You'll get used to it pretty fast. I keep actually using Alt because that's what you do in Maya. So sometimes I mess it up. The reason I say Maya is because we usually use Autodesk Maya. There's this program here. This one. At our school. But it's not free. So if you're on a Mac, what is the mouse button? I have no idea. I would first off, I would never use a mouse pad. You know, so you have to use this one up here, the plus to zoom in out. You can use that, but I would get a mouse. It's you're gonna have a lot of pain if you don't use a mouse when you do anything. But these two can be used as well. Hope that helps. Yeah. So we're gonna be in Blender because it's free and it's a decent software. I'm not the best friends with it. Only 2 buttons. Well, hold control and middle. Oh, that doesn't work, of course. You can maybe set up a hotkey up here in Edit and Preferences. And it's under... Let me see here. It's under... Where is it? Under key map. You can search for zoom in, zoom out, and then you can change from wheel out to you can click and you can press a key, and it's, oh yeah, there you go. I fucked it up. There you go. I think I messed up my yeah, okay, it works again. So yeah, so use this if you want to make your own. Cool. Okay. L's mouse button, there's no middle mouse. Yeah, Apple is the same as Blender for me. Okay, we're ready to go. So I'm gonna quickly show what we're gonna be using today. Don't follow along. I'm just quickly gonna show something, because we're gonna model a T-shirt. It's not gonna be the worst thing, and after that we are gonna be doing a cloth sim because I thought, why not? Let's do something fun today. And I'm gonna show you really quick what a cloth sim is. So a cloth sim, in essence, is, well, this what it sounds like. You're simulating cloth. So when I play here, oh my god, he has a cape on. It's super low res, but it's working. So we're gonna be doing that to the shirt later. Gonna be playing around with it at least. So let's first make a shirt, and after that we'll sim it. And as you can see, there's a little animation on this guy, so that will help if we make good detail on the cloth sim. He should move a bit more smoothly. It's not necessarily gonna be good, but we're gonna try. If nothing else, you can make him a cape or something. Yes, okay. So right away, let's hide this. It's called, if you look over here in the outlier, we have a collection called main, where I made a shirt base. I'm gonna remove that. He has 4 arms? I hope not. Should just be one guy. Oh. Hopefully you have this. If there's extra stuff, maybe it's down here, but it should only be this. And we're gonna hide the shirt. You just click H to hide. If you want to get it back, you can click up on the eye up here. But we just want to see his upper body. So the first way we're gonna do it is the hard way. And basically that just means we're gonna build it up and wrap it around him. So to do that, we have to make a mesh. And we want to get the shape that looks most like what we want to make. In this case, it's a cylinder because he's semi-round. So either click up on Add, Mesh, and Cylinder, or Shift A is the hotkey. Mesh and Cylinder. It's so big by default, we don't need that. So let's take this down to 16. And let's just click S for scale. Okay. There you go. And you click G to grab. And if you left click, you leave it where you want. If you right click, you say no thank you. I want to move it upwards, straight ahead. So I can click G and Z key here to move it up straight. So I don't have to try and move it somewhere and then it moves away. You can lock it to the axes you want it to. Okay. And you can see it's a bit off to the side. So I'm also going to click G and X to move it into place. And you can also scale it on axis. So I'm going to click S and Z to make it a bit flatter. G and Z to move it up. And something around these lines. Okay, remember middle mouse to move. Shift the middle mouse to pan around. I also want to move it along the green axis here. That's the Y. So I click G and Y. Move in the middle. And the t-shirt is not round. It should match somewhat the shape. So I'm going to click S and Y as well to make it look somewhat decent like this. Okay. And move it up a tiny bit. Okay. If it's going too fast, let me know, guys. I'll try and give you guys some few breaks to make it work. But let me know if you need like a couple minutes or want me to repeat something or redo something. That's what I'm here for. But once you've set this, we need to start manipulating it a bit more. So in order to manipulate an object more with more control, we can pull individual things. We have to go into what's called edit mode. Because now I'm in object mode, which is where you spawn things, and edit mode is where you edit things, which makes sense, I guess, right? Wouldn't we put a mesh to the world origin? Yes, Phantom. That would be a very good idea. I just didn't do it. But yeah, that would definitely make sense if you moved it a bit over here. The whole thing. But you don't all know what you're gonna get, so I will actually just try and play around with it instead today. But yes, you should definitely start everything in the world. I agree. Completely. Today we're not gonna do it though. We're gonna do it the hard way. Okay, so to go into edit mode, I will click up here, object edit. The hotkey is tab. And you can see that it now is showing a yellow color, which means we can manipulate it. There are 3 things we can manipulate. There are vertices, points, whatever you want to call them. They usually call them vertices, which are where edges meet. And edges, if you click 2 or up here, are the lines between vertices. And lastly, we have faces, this one, or 3, which is basically the encompassed by edges. And usually we want to have quads, which means it has 4 edges around. It's usually cleaner and easier to work with, but in some cases you want to use other things. So the first thing we want to do is we want to move it a bit back down here because right now it's clipping through him, which is kind of silly. So we can't see anything right now, so we want to go into X-ray mode so we can look through stuff. And you can click up on this guy, toggle X-ray, or the hotkey is Alt-Z. And we can select faces, vertices. No, oh my god, I'm tired. Edges, the last one. 1 out of 3. 2. So I click this edge, and I hold shift, and I can click more. So I want to select the 4 in the back here. If you have more or less, you just select an even number. And what you can do is you can just click G, and you can start moving it around. This is a bit messy. You can see it easily starts looking very bad. So we want to make sure we keep it nice and tidy. So first off, I don't want to just move them because it's going to be a big gap here. So I want to go up to my proportional editing tool. What this does is like smooths out the area that you're manipulating. Can show it really fast. So right now it's like super strong. It's taking everything. But if you scroll wheel, or you go up here as well and you change the parameters here, you can see I changed it here. How did you get 16 faces? When I make one cylinder, you have options here. If it doesn't pop, it's right down here. And you can change how many vertices you have. I don't know why it says vertices, but how many. So I can go crazy and have 500. I can also go and have, 10. It doesn't really matter how many you have for now. Just don't have too many. Because if you start with too many, when you subdivide it, like smooth it out later, it's going to be super heavy to work with. So it can be 12, 14, 30 is fine. Doesn't matter that much. Okay, so I'm clicking G, and you can see if I scroll wheel, I can increase my influence here. I just want to increase it a tiny bit. And I want to lock my move to the Y-axis. So it's moving straight back. I just wanted, you can see the artifacts right here, just want outside of that, so it doesn't clip through. Like this. Could be better, but I think this is fine. A t-shirt should go down here and be loose here, in my opinion. So, next up. Again, to go out, I'll just click Alt-Z. To switch between these, I'll click up here. Now what we want to do is we want to make it fit a bit better around his waist here. So I'm just gonna scale it along this X-axis, so S and X. It's a tiny bit. That was a bit too much, but then we just go into edit mode, Alt-Z, and we take these, and here I'm gonna click S to scale, because then I can just scale them out from where they are instead. And same with this one and this one. I'm gonna G and Y. There we go. This is fine. Again, it's not gonna be the best t-shirt in the world. I can already say that, but we're gonna see what we can get. Next up, I want to go into edit mode again. I want to click free, and I want to select the top face here, because now we're gonna do the thing you do most when you model. It's your bread and butter. It's called an extrusion. And E for extrude, super easy to remember. And you just extrude. And you move it. So right now you can see the blue line. It means it's locked to the Z axis. If you want control, you can click Z on your keyboard and move it freely. But we don't want that because it's going to be super messy. So I'm just going to click Z again. Log it up to around here. And I think this is fine for now. We can always change it later. And notice that I'm not trying to minutely fit it into exactly the shape, right? Because you're gonna have a lot of edge loops, which is like the edges going around, and it's gonna be very hard to manipulate later. So the lower we can keep this in detail, the easier it is later. So right now I'm gonna turn off my proportional editing. I click E to extrude. I'm gonna S to scale along the X axis, like so. And I'm also gonna scale along the Y. And I think I made it a bit too thin back here because he has quite a big back. So I think I'm gonna go into X-ray mode, Alt-Z back here. Make sure to look exactly from the side. You can click 3 on your numpad to make that a bit nicer. Gonna select all the back faces here and not the base. Proportional editing, G and Y, just to move it a tiny bit back. Something like this. And then we can actually take these two faces here and we can, you know, move them back a bit. Something like this. Again, we can always fix this later. I just want it to be somewhat there, so it's not too weird. Again, this is not the best way to make a t-shirt. I just want to show you guys how to model something, right? I'm going to show the smart way later. So, tab to go into edit mode, 3 to go to face select, and click the top side here. We're going to extrude one more time. I'm going to click S to scale. I'm going to... Oh, sorry, I forgot. I turn off the proportional editing. Otherwise, it's going to be super weird. S to scale along the X-axis first. And I'm also going to scale a bit along the Y. And G and Y to move it a bit along the Y. Because a t-shirt kind of, you know, you have your chest here, it moves a bit out here and then moves up again. And hopefully straight down under your chest. So this part here could actually be, you know, inwards a tiny bit like this. All right. So now we come to a thing. What should we do here? Because we have the arms. And the smart way is to actually just ignore them for now, in my opinion. And just go up and build around the neck. And then we finish off with the arms. So we're going to do that. So I want to click all these edges here again. You can also click the face, right? But if you want to select an edge loop, you can click 2 and hover an edge and click Alt and left click. And you can see I select all the edges. And you can do this everywhere where there's an edge loop. It's really smart to select something. So I'm just going to click E to extrude. I'm going to scale it a bit. I'm going to click... I'm actually just going to finish this off like this. Right around here. Scale a bit. Scale a bit in. Up here. So S and Y. Then I'm going to click E to extrude. I'm going to scale it everywhere. Because now we want it to go in. G and Z. G and Y. S and Y. Scale a bit. G and Y like this. E to extrude. Scale along the X-axis. And perfect. It looks super good here. It's very blocky. I can quickly show you how it's going to look better already. So this is already better when we subdivide it. So don't worry too much about the shape. It will fix itself out. So let's quickly fix this part here. I'm going to click Alt Z. I'm going to click tab. And it's a bit hard to see now, but we can see the places where it's definitely clipping through. So we click these, we click on proportional editing, and we scale it a tiny bit. Just here, and G and Y, move it back. Maybe take these edges a bit back. See how that looks? Yes, much better. Okay, so what do we do here? Because we're in a bit of a bind. First off, I want to make sure it's easy for me to select the right faces. And right now it's a bit weird, this part here. So I want to click on my shirt, go into edit mode by clicking tab, Alt Z for this, and I want to select these two edges, because I just want to have these two to manipulate. It's going to be a lot easier if I don't have too much and have a simple shape. So I can do several things here. First thing I want to do is what is called an edge slide, because I don't want to move it in actual space. I want to just slide this edge along the face. So in order to do that, you right click, and down here there's something called an edge slide, super useful. And you can see it's just moving along this path here. So right around here where the arm starts. And now I can click G and Y and move it out with a very little proportional. Bam. I don't know why it's not. Oh, it's not perfectly symmetrical because we didn't make everything in 0. So it doesn't matter too much. Great. Now, what I want to do is want to isolate this thing here because we know where the arm is roughly right now. It's only these two faces we're going to be using. And actually we should move these two a bit further away from each other. So S and X, scale it a bit so this is more flat. And to isolate something, you click the / on your numpad. If you don't have a numpad, I don't know. So what you can do is you can just hide your object up here in your outlier. That's also a thing. You can see all the other stuff, but that doesn't matter. So either / or hide other stuff up here. And what we want to do now is there are several things we can do. Let me see here. So in Maya, there's something called circularize, which basically takes everything and makes it a circle. Blender has that as an add-on, but we don't have that. I don't want everybody to start downloading that. So I think we're just gonna do it the easy way. So select these, and I'm gonna show you a new thing because when you work, it's nice to only work on one side. It can be very annoying to have to, you know, take both, and then you have to extrude and then scale it like this. You can do that for sure. But what I would do is I would delete this and this. So click X and select faces here. Then I want to go to my front view, click 1 on my numpad, or just click on Y here. You can also do that. Go into X-ray mode, because if you don't, you're only going to select the faces you can see. And I want to select everything. Oh, Alt set, select 1/2. Delete it. Yes, you heard right. Delete it. So you make sure it's exactly half, exactly in the middle. Loop tools is an add-on. Yeah, loop tools is an add-on, which we don't have. So you can use that for sure. If you have that on, use loop tools and circle to make it. It's very handy, but we're gonna have to do it the hard way. So I just cut off half my mesh, exactly half, and I'm gonna introduce you to a modifier. I'll just quickly remove my face. So over here, you have a little wrench that's called modifiers. And we're gonna click add modifier, and there's gonna be a lot, so don't be too intimidated. But if you go under generate or search, you can find something called the mirror. And you can see already what it does. It mirrors. If it does not work for you, try another axis. Maybe the Y would be the right one to try. Or maybe you need to apply your scale. That can also be a thing. That just means you have to Control A, and it will not apply scale, apply everything, apply all transforms. That could maybe help, but then you need to make sure that your mesh is in the middle. So I'm just gonna leave it where it is. Again, if it doesn't work, let me know, guys. Again, don't hesitate to write me in the chat. I'm here to help. But I hope everybody is with me so far. And now you only have half a mesh you can manipulate, but everything you do on one side does the same on the other side, which makes things a lot easier. So, if everybody's with me, I'll just take some water. You guys catch up, get the mirror going. And I now want to extrude again. I select these two faces. I want to get my character back so I can see where we're going. Look from the front by clicking the Y up here. And then I'm just going to extrude. I'm going to click the X right around. Well, it's going to be, well, depending if you want a t-shirt or a shirt. Just want a t-shirt, so I only want it to be around here. G and Z to move it a bit down. Little hiatus in the middle. What's hiatus? I don't know that word. Well, not in this context at least. It's not perfectly symmetrical for you, Phantom. Little line. That means that it's not perfectly symmetrical. So what you can do is you can use mirror object, and you can use this guy or something. You can also do later. You can just apply the modifier and merge things together. I can show how to do that. But if there's a line, it's something is wrong. Maybe try adding clipping, or increase the merge distance. You can see now it's merging. Maybe that's what you need to do. Play around with the merge. I think that would be the way to go. Because that should merge the vertices that are close. Tell me if that doesn't work. Okay, great. Nice. So I'm just gonna move this a bit down. And I'm gonna delete these faces now because of the t-shirt, so. Boom. And let's just try and adding a subdivision to see how it looks now. So I'm gonna go to Add Modifier, Generate, and Subdivision Surface. Shortcut is Control 1. And you can see right away it already circularized it a little bit. It's not perfect, but it is rounder. And we can go in here and we can select this one vertex, move it down a bit, and this one move it up a bit to get like a nicer deformation. He is kind of bulky, so it is gonna be a bit harder to, you know, something like this. Next thing we can do is the what's it called? The sleeve is kind of messed up, right? So if you go into X-ray, select all of them. Make sure you have selected all the vertices in this line. You click S and X, and you can scale them flat like this. All right. It's a handy little trick. And again, did it on the other side already. Next up, I want this line here, this edge, to be in the middle. So I'll go into my selected, click 2, select it, right click and edge slide. Move it in the middle, and now I can move this down a bit. And same with this thing here. And yeah, we have a t-shirt. Is it the prettiest? No. Is he the prettiest? No, he's not. But hey, it's something. But again, this is also not how I would probably make a t-shirt in the first place. But hopefully you should end up with something like this. And you could spend, of course, time. Now we have made it very roughly. You could definitely make it nicer. You can add more loop cuts, and you can have some more control over it. And I'll show you how to make a loop cut. If you hold Control, you're in edit mode first of all. Hold Control and click R. You can see a little yellow line appearing depending on where you are holding your mouse. If you hold in the middle here and you left click, you can select where to put it. If you right click, it snaps to the middle, which is really nice. And I also want to do it on the opposite side, so it's symmetrical. So if I alt click this line, hold shift and alt click this line, I can scale them along the y-axis if I want to make the sleeve a bit more rounded. Maybe change a bit here how the shirt looks. There's a lot of things you can do here. Now you can also move it in a bit after the upper back here. This would maybe make sense to select these. Again, proportional editing is on. G and Y. Make it a bit bigger. Not too big. Just to make it a bit nicer, not as bulky, right? Maybe just these ones, G and X. Move this one a bit out. Something. His stomach also a bit big here. G and Y. G and Y. That's a bit too much. G and X. There you go. This is nicer. You could also take the where the sleeves go in, and you can make this go a bit tighter if you want to. There's a vertex here that could be moved in, maybe. Depending on his build, of course. But this is a shirt, at least. I'm gonna name this. I'm gonna call this shirt manual. Because we manually made it. And I'm gonna hide that for now. Because now we made this. Oh, I know why it looks so weird. It's mostly this part up here. You know, all of this is. If I turn on proportional editing, you can make this go down a lot. Hold Alt, G and Z. Move this in, G and Y, G and Z. So we're a lot better, and this should also be a bit lower. The t-shirt is not that high. There we go. Okay, this is just, but this you can play around with yourself, right? You just manually move them in. It's not the easiest way, but it's a way, right? Something like this. Yeah, it's at least looking a lot nicer now. Okay, I'll take this. Let's hide this manual shirt. And I'll show you the smart way when you have a model and you just want to make something that fits. What you would do is you want to select the character, go to edit mode, face select, select all the faces you want. Is that two of him? No, it's just because it's moved. Okay, so you select all the faces and you would click, of course, in X-ray mode, and you will click P and separate second. So we made the manual way, we model it ourselves. The smart way is selecting your character, go into edit mode, just like we did before. Go into X-ray, so you can select everything. Then you select the area where the t-shirt would be. So you'd go in and like trying to get it pretty nicely. You know, like this, delete, remove this, and then you would click P and separate by selection, and that would normally work, and this would be a shirt, but for some reason it just duplicates him, and I don't know, like there's a shirt here, but for some reason when I got off edit mode, it's not a shirt anymore. So I spent the last hour hating that. So I went into my trusted software, Maya, and did it for you guys. I'll just show how it's supposed to work. So I have Maya here. My beautiful thing. I can, first of all, I can turn symmetry on, so I can select just on one side. Well, it could be four at least. No, it's not because of the modifiers. It was actually before that. Oh, it's not working. Why it's not working? Well, I can always just do this. Okay, so what I did. U4 Mayans kind of like the blue. Yeah, the blue's cool. So what I did for you guys is I went in here. I selected exactly what I wanted. It's the same idea, right? I select where the shirt is. Wait. And then I would just extrude it by clicking this guy. And the history. And now I have a shirt. Right. And it's exactly to his body. So I couldn't get it to work in Blender, but that's exactly how you would do it. You know, if I made a, I think it's because something I imported. Because if I made a sphere, I select this, I click P by selection. I got, you can see it is working. So I have no idea why it's not working with an imported character. Maybe it's, I have no idea. Maybe it's something with this. Yeah, maybe it's these modifiers. I have no idea. I tried the Shift P as well, actually. But we can try applying the the modifiers here and see if that would change anything. Oh, it did work. Okay, so it is these modifiers. Oh my god, if I had known that. Jesus, I wish. So if you apply, well, we can do it ourselves then. Go in here, apply this mesh sequence modifier. Let's see, does it work now then? Oh, well, no, well, you can't do that. Then this doesn't work. Does it? Am I confusing myself? No, then the emission doesn't work. So, yeah, it's a mesh sequence. So you could just do that and then it will work, but then you won't have the animation. So at least we know it works now. So what you do is you just take the strip. It's exactly the same. It's not going to be different. You would do the same, just shift control P, extract it. And you have this, which is sitting close to his body, right? So what we want to do is we just want this to be slightly bigger than him, because then we don't have to manually make everything. So first off, the pivot point is down here. That's a little orange dot, which means that when I rotate, it's around this spot, and when I scale, it's around this spot. So what you want to do is you want to go to Object, Set Origin, and Origin to Geometry. And now it's in the center. So if I click S and scale, it almost matches perfectly. I can just click G and set, and we have a t-shirt. Of course, you have to modify it a bit. So you would go in, you would probably have to select a few vertices or something, and select this G and Y, move it out a bit. But you get the picture, right? Select these G and Y, move it out a bit. There's a big butt now. The easiest way would actually also be to take it into sculpt mode and ever so slightly smooth it by holding shift. And you can see, oh, I would actually have to do it 1 second. We're not doing sculpting big. Or I can show it anyway. So you of course click it when you have scaled up a bit. You go into sculpt mode while selecting the shirt. Make sure you have symmetry on. So I'm gonna click X and see, is it working? It is working. And then you holding shift, you can smooth it out so it's more t-shirty and less muscly. You can see it's a bit better now. If you hold F, you can change your brush size a bit. Wait, that was a bit too much. You can see I'm t-shirting him out a bit. We can also lift the surface a bit by clicking G. And then you can grab it and move it out a bit. Hold shift to smooth it. G and grab. Okay, we're not gonna do a full sculpting class today. I just want to show how easy it is to manipulate. So with G, I'm just holding left mouse and I'm dragging it a bit. So this looks a lot more like a t-shirt. Hold F to make it bigger. Move this out a bit. Move this out a bit. Yeah. So now you have 2 t-shirts. Go back to object mode. And we can of course decide which one looks better, but it's a bit unfair right now. We need to smooth this out a bit more. So I'm gonna up the subdivisions, right click and click shade smooth. And wait, it has the thing on there. So one is a lot more muscly and one is a bit more normal. And of course there's no texture on it, so it's also a bit rough, but hey, both can work. This was a lot faster, and you can actually get this result as well, right? Just have to work a bit with it. So choose whatever you thought was best, because that was actually what I wanted to show. There's not well, most of it. I want to show one more thing. So hide the base, or you can call it shirt easy. Go back to the manual one. let me show you when you subdivide. It automatically creates more geometry. You can see that one square here turns into 4 squares. So what it does is it's multiplying your mesh by 4, basically. The left t-shirt from Temu. Yeah, it's from Temu, yeah, for sure. The left t-shirt from Temu. But yeah, we're multiplying the mesh by 4. And you can see on the statistics, right now we have 25,000 faces. If I increase it here, we now have, oh, not, sorry, 25 in total. We have 500 on this shirt. That's the left number. If I increase my subdivisions over here, oh wait, am my face gone? Can you see it from? Yeah, you can. Okay. So if I increase it, it goes from 500 to 2,000. If I increase it again, it goes to 8, etc. And it also becomes a lot smoother and nicer to look at. Do be careful, you don't want to go too high with this, because you can just go crazy and it's going to look very nice, but it's also 140,000 polygons, which is a lot for a t-shirt. So I think around here where it's kind of smooth, and the last details you can actually cheat by clicking right click and shade smooth. So what that does, it's not smoothing it out, it's just taking the edges and making them look softer. But if I make it lower, you can actually see here that the edge is still sharp. You can see here's an edge here that's colliding with this one. Shade smooth makes it visually look nicer, but it doesn't change the geometry. This is what the subdivision does. You can see here it's very clearly, it's smoothing out the mesh. Oh, smooth, smooth, smooth. So I think 3 is what I want to go with. It's not too much in this case. And in the case of a cloth sim, we want to actually apply this. So I'm going to apply my mirror. So go to your modifier stack. There's a little drop down menu here and you click apply. And there's a subdivision surface, you click apply. So let's play animation. You just click play. You see what's happening. The arms are dropping down, he's smiling, he's leaning forward, and he's clipping through, because right now we have no cloth sim. So to make cloth sim, maybe this is not enough detail at all, but we'll just test it. Be sure to save, because cloth sim is super heavy and it can crash your computer super easily. So maybe your computer can't take it, but we'll just have to try. So Control S to save, or go up here and save as, whatever you want. Then I'm gonna go to my physics tab. Can you see it here from my face? You cannot. It's just below the wrench with the modifier. It's called, well, a bit lower. It's called physics. I'll just do this. You don't use the sewing technique. I actually don't know. Well, sewing technique, that's for sticking to a mesh. You can use that, but for now we're not gonna use it. Not right now, at least. Now we're just gonna simulate first. One thing at a time. Physics, down here, you see it here. You're just gonna click cloth. And let's just start with the default settings. And let's play it. And you can see already it's super slow. Might take some time. Looking all wrinkly. My FPS dropped. But hey, it is simulating at least. Hey, what do you say to that? So pretty. Of course, this is not the result you want, right? So I want to go back. The way you reset your simulation, you can't really scroll your timeline back. It doesn't. Oh, it doesn't work here. Wow. Okay. Maybe it's because it's cached it. If you want to reset it, what you want to do is you want to click on the jump to endpoint and resets it. So now we can go down here and we can look at all our properties. The best thing you can do is increase the quality steps, but it is gonna make it a lot slower. Character's animation is not working. Did you go in the modifiers and apply this mesh sequence here? Elena? Because if you applied it, it's not gonna work. then you can download the character again. Can send the link one more time. It's fine. You don't have to have the animation. It's just, you know, it's just more fun than a still character where the shirt falls. But if you apply it this, it's not gonna work. And if it doesn't, if it just falls through him, it's because we need to make him a collider. I can try down again. Yeah, try down again, and then just you know, save your shirt and import it to him, to the same file, and it should hopefully work. And of course, you also need to wait 10 frames. You know, it doesn't start until frame 10. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so you have to wait a bit as well. Didn't apply the modifiers. Mine is not working too. It's weird. And you guys go past frame 10? I have a... it's weird it doesn't work. I'm sorry, I have no idea why it doesn't work for you guys. If you press play, and you haven't done anything to this character main GUI, try downloading your first file and just playing it and see if it works. File path. Yeah, but it should just path to this thing here, right? I hope. Let me see here. So, I know why. Okay, that's why. So it's because you guys don't have the Olympic file. So let me just send that to you guys. That is why. Okay. Easy fix. I have the Olympic here. I'm gonna. It's Olympic just means wait. That it has some. It's stored data a different way. So let me add this very fast. Olympic, get a link. Great, we're learning every day. So, I send an Olympic file, download that. Then over here in the file path, you want to click, when you download it, click here, select your character Olympic, accept, and it should work. Try that out. And see if that helps. Good call, Sillard. And a coupler. Good call. Download it. Change the file path to that, and let me know if it works. It's dropping a lot of maybes here. Hey, it worked. That's great. Good for a lot of tips and tricks. Again, I'm not Blender Man. In Maya though, I could rig this guy in 5 minutes. No, maybe not, but okay. Have anyone tried downloading the Olympic and clicking here and redirecting it like this and play the animation and see if it works? Because that would be very nice. If nothing else, you can import the Olympic as well and just use that instead, but this is a bit easier. Let's see the blend file link. The new link I just sent? I sent a new link. That should be... Oh my god, why is it the... Oh, I'm sorry. Why is it not working? That's not the one I want. Oh my god. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, it's one of those days. Character Olympic. Get a link. I see. Okay. Thank you guys for telling me that it's wrong. This should work. I'm gonna check it away as well. Go to side. Yes, there it is. I'm sorry. Forgive me, please. It's a long day. I'm just recovering as well for making this character. Well, the character was not the problem. I rigged it, which means I gave it bones and then I'm just gonna talk while you guys get the file. And then I skinned it, which means I took the mesh and told it to move with the joints, and it's a tedious process. And then I made some blend shapes, which means that I told it when it moves like this, you should also do this. So a lot of work. I spent 2 days on that, and then I found out that the way I made it, it did not work. So I had to remake the character after all that work. So instead of being 2 days ahead, I was 2 days behind. And yeah, so that stressed me out a bit, and it didn't become as good as I wanted to. So, but it did end up working. Great, it works now. I'm happy. Okay, so we all have an animation with arms, and we all have a cloth simming, even though it's slow. It's at least working. So, my business. Yeah. So it's not super good, but the thing is, once you already simmed it once, it's gonna be a bit faster. So you might have to wait a bit, but you can see here it's caching it and moving a bit faster, even though it's crapping out a bit. So what we need to do, under you click on your cloth, you can. What is this actually? You can increase your quality steps. It's gonna look a lot better, but it's also gonna be a lot heavier. So let's see if we can do something else. Actually, don't know. Let me see how much material resists stretching. So we don't want it to stretch because it's a t-shirt. It should stretch, but not too much. So let's increase this to like 40, the tension on the stiffness. It should compress a lot. Baking to 60 frames. Baking it to 60 frames might help. How do you bake it to 60 frames? No, like this. So you change the deck. It could be a thing. So it stops sooner. But we're not gonna play it that long either way. Let me see here. Is it caching? Cache. Yeah, I don't know if I can. Well, you could just change here how long you want it to go for. But I stop it manually pretty soon. Let's see. Shear. How much material is shearing? I actually don't know what shear is. Bending. It should bend very easily. Model physics. You see. Ah, cashier. Ah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Pablo, you're amazing. So you can say here when it should stop caching. And let's just say, I'm gonna say 50. And I'm gonna use this cache. Let's see if this is a bit faster. Wow, it really doesn't like it. Damn, that's you can bake. Okay, so you can bake it like that. Okay, and escape to cancel. Yeah. Okay. So if you want to see it, you have to wait a bit, and then you can see it, of course. The thing is, though, I want to see. I know why it's. We need to put this self collision on. Don't know why it's doing this. It's because now I collide itself. Cloth. Is this better? No. What the hell? Yeah, if you use the Olympic as a giant. Okay, guys, I don't know why it's so bad. It shouldn't be. It should not. Wasn't as bad. Yeah, it will. Self collision will add a lot of time to the bake, but if it doesn't collide with itself, it's not gonna be good either way. I don't know why it's like grayed out. In Maya, if I had this, I'll just quickly show you guys because it should work, and I'll show you how it should work. Just gonna scale this up a bit, move it down. I'm gonna subdivide it a few times. Oh, it's because I'm clicking the wrong one. Okay. So I would have this. I would have this. Again, I'm just gonna show it really fast so you can see it. And cloth, quick press collider. Oh. go. So you can see it. And then you have this passive collider. And this one is cloth and cloth. Then we'll go in here. Select my sub steps to like 10, 10. And I would select, the good thing in Maya is you have presets, so I can just select t-shirt and already come to the preset. And well, this is way too fast. 1 second. Every time there. Oh yes, no. Oh my god, I just deleted the history on him. Oh, you already see this is simulating right now. It's looking so much better. I can scale up a bit. So right now I'm gonna simulate again. Wait, didn't work. Okay, of course not working here either. Okay, it works nowhere. Haha. No, I'm gonna put indeed the back. You can delete the back. What do you mean the back? Because it only has one side. Okay, well, soft band cloth, dampening, thickness, outer, friction. Single side is single side. Back, delete the back. Delete bake. Ah, that's right, delete bake. Okay, there we go. Let's see if it works now. Okay, well, at least we tried. Well, this is just how you would go about it. I have no idea why it's going crazy. But hey, do not try it. Shrinking factor, it should not shrink. It should be the opposite. Yeah, now it's doing the opposite. Now it's... Where is it? Wow, this is really bad. I think we should just give him a cape instead. And just mesh. I'm gonna add a plane. I'm gonna make it very subdivided like this. And cloth. And play it. And he will now be playing a ghost. If it's not good enough, we just add a subdivision to it. So right click. Oh, you have to be here. All subdivide? No? Oh, well, you can't do that apparently. Just click Control 1, subdivide, apply, play it. It is Halloween soon, yes, exactly. Okay, so if nothing else, give him a blanket. The poor guy. And the reason this is basically, I know exactly what that is, and that is because of course it needs more what's it called, geometry, and it needs more substeps, this quality steps. So if I increase this, it's gonna be better already. It's also gonna be slower, but see, it already deforms better. There is a way, I have no idea how, but you can I think it's under this sewing. You can have a pin group. I have no idea how this works. But you could basically pin this here. Don't know if you select like vertices like this and you make a vertex group or something. Pins, let's try. I have no idea. Just trying things at this point. Wait. Let me see. Pin. pins. Let's try. Hey, he has a cape now. So it does work. Okay, so what you can do is you can give him a cape. And it's gonna look so much better. Then you can move it. So what I did was I have my blanket here, right? I'll just select all these vertices here. Gonna proportional editing, scale on the x-axis. Gonna scale pretty big. Gonna G and X, move it here. Bit down. Okay, so what I do now is I select all the vertices I want to use. So let's say all these. These are where it's gonna stick. I go under the little green one here. I don't know if you can see it from my big head. Let's remove me. Okay, so you have the green here, and you have something called vertex groups. So I'm in edit mode on my plane. I click plus here, and you get a new group. We call this pin group or something, and you click assign. So all these vertices are now in a group. Then you go under the physics, and you go all the way down to shape. Choose a pin group, which I call pin group, and you can actually go out, click back, and play. And he will now have a cape. Let's go. Pretty cool stuff, right? It's Superman. And then you can animate him to fly. Wow, it really looks like Superman actually from here. He's very buff, so... So yeah, if nothing else, do that, guys. This is actually a very good technique in general if you want to make a blanket. You have a bed, right? I can speed run you through it. So, let me just delete this one. Okay, I have a bed here. This is my bed. Scale Y. And I want to make a blanket. So, Shift A, plane, G, scale X, scale Y, E to extrude. I'm gonna subdivide it a lot. Oh, I have to. Just gonna show something really quick. There we go. This is my blanket. Apply it. Move this guy away. Make this a collision. Of course. So this does work. Collision. Make this a cloth. I'm gonna... Oh, it's not working. I'm gonna sim it. And if it had still collision, it would work actually. Collision. Self collision. Let's try. See? And it's crumbling. So if this was high resolution, this would be a blanket, right? Just up it a bit. Let me subdivide it one more time. Nice, it's smooth. Let me play it. Wow, that's flat. And you could always pop it up again. But that's a way to make something. I don't know why it's... Oh, I know why. So I would have to change my... If I have a self collision, I could change the distance. So let's say 0.1. Oh, that's the upper collision. Distance 0.1. Play. Whoa, that was a bit much. Let me see, 0.05. It's a bit much still. 0.01. 0.015. Play. There we go. Move it up a bit. And subside. So now I have a blanket, right? Looks a bit more. You can make it better, of course, but this is a way to make a blanket without having to do other things. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna end it here. This is on the best stream. A lot of issues today. I'm sorry it did not turn out as well as it was supposed to. But hey, you got to make a cape at least. And got to make a t-shirt. In 2 ways, actually. Which was what it was about. And you can do this with anything. If you have a character, you just select the legs and you can extrude them, right? We can actually just make it the red way really fast. So apply this, go here, shift P for selection, and now we have the pants and etc. Something's wrong with the t-shirt. I have no idea what was wrong with the t-shirt. It just crumpled crazy. I gave up on it actually. So this is it for today. I promise next time will be a bit more fun. I wanted to try something new today, and it failed miserably. Everything was wrong. So, but yeah, at least I showed you a way to make something. Great, Renan. Just make a good t-shirt. You can make a necklace as well. You know, if you select an edge loop and you click P, separate by selection, you scale it a bit, and you see here I have a now I have a necklace, right? And you can attach something to it. This you can actually also, I think, can you close in this? No. Now he's just falling. Is this one? Yeah, it does work. Oh, he has a necklace now. So this is collision. Maybe I need to... So we do a tiny bit. Go here. And we play it. Way. It's probably self-collision actually now I think about it. It is 100% the self-collision that's going crazy. Ah. Well, you can do this. Can I not actually wait. If I click this, right, convert to mesh. Maybe? Yeah, I am. That's a good trick, especially the scale versions to 0, something I could use before. Yeah, that's very nice, for sure, that you can align something with this trick, right? Scale X. Of course, it doesn't work right now. It's because I have this on. Oh, of course it doesn't work. Oh, it's because I have proportional editing on, of course. So scale along something, very nice. Makes it straight. No, so I have a project where I need to do clothing. Okay, great. I was happy you could use some of it. That's how I made the pants for this guy in the first place, and his t-shirt. Yeah, so if you don't know, I can show you guys how the costume is supposed to look. Give me a second. Just gonna send it to myself. Teams. Check those on YouTube. Yeah, files. me just find. I'll show you guys how it's supposed to look. This is the bad one. I'm gonna send this to Teams to Bootcamp. Let me see if it works. Okay, guys, you ready? Don't worry. I got a nice club sim going here. So just wrote to myself. Okay, you ready? I think. Yeah. Okay. Watch this. Watch this. So this is the. There we go. See, this is a club sim. There we go. Let's take this back. Okay, one more time for the wicked. It's very low quality though. What the hell? Yeah, that was kind of cool that I got that to work. That's for sure. Quality. As good as it can be. So here it's working. It also took a lot of time to cache for sure, but hey. And the reason why it needed so much detail is because he moves so fast, right? So when he's running, it's even harder, but it can be done. I promise you guys. So play around with it, watch the tutorial on ClothSim, and you'll get it. I don't think it's that bad. I just don't know how to do it in Blender. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up now. If you have something you want to show, a t-shirt or something, you can. I don't expect anyone to have made anything crazy today because I just made boring stuff. But if you want, you can throw it up. We'll do it next time. We'll make something nicer. All right. See you next time for some texturing. I'm gonna find something fun to do. Hurts when you run stretch jeans like that. Ah, yeah. Well, there's a bit tight on him. I will give you that. You're welcome, guys. I'm glad some of you could use something. I'll do better next time. I will not try something so new. I just thought it would be fun to do something else than I usually do. Yeah. Retired. On one of those days, we retired and we've got to listen. By preach time. Of course, guys. It was helpful and kind of easy the first time. I'm glad, Mooncake. Just as long as you can follow along. Then I did something right. That's awesome. Classic Wednesday, yeah. Yeah, I ran and posted. I'm ready for it. Should I just post the one I spent days on so it looks like I made something cool with you guys? With the textures and all? Is this not working though? I'm so annoyed by it. Is this stiffness? I'm very annoyed by the... Enclave shape. Stretch resistance. I can also try another. Oh, that's not the one. Let me try silk actually. Maybe that's fun. No, it's not. It's not doing anything. Oh. It's because it's too big. Oh, screw it, guys. I'll leave it. What was the next one? I made something with a little pot filler. Grew it, I mean. Oh, nice. That's cool. Oh, guys, I'll close the stream now. I'll head home. I'll see what you guys put up in the train. Don't worry. But thank you so much for joining, as always. Again, we have the sculpting thing coming up. If you guys want to do stuff like that, CADA sculpting course. I'll just show you really fast. I'm gonna. It's with my class, but we have this sculpting class coming up where we have a professional coming and teaching us. It's from January. It's a paid course where you have to show up in Copenhagen, but so I don't know if it's something for anybody, but at least I want to tell you guys about it. So it has everything. I can post the link in the YouTube. It's so ZBrush will be available for you here, but and it's not cheap, right? But if you want to master sculpting, I think it will be very worth it. I'm very excited for it. So definitely think about it if you plan on learning that. Coolio, heading out. Have a nice evening, guys. Should we go below the price? Yeah, it's a bit pricey. Awesome.